Back as a little lad, tears on my pillow, had me working the block hard as a Brillo pad, researching the block high off a nickel bag. Searched my room, found my chrome mini mag. Now we own one and won't give my pistol back. Guess he didn't figure I want the 18. Mama said I'm 18, so I gotta shake scene. So I move on my daydreams like the 18. Oh money, oh money, oh murder, oh murder, oh not funny, not funny, oh gotta have beat, this world is so cold. Oh money, oh money, oh murder, oh murder, oh not funny, not funny, oh gotta have beat, this world is so cold. I'm the young Mr. T with THC all through my respiratory vest, mandatory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday AWF. My name is Agent K, and the booth with me is Agent A, and we promise you a stacked match card here tonight. Our first contest, you see it right there, a fatal four-way between four of the premier women here in the Action Wrestling Federation for the Divas Championship. And the interesting thing about this, Agent A, is that tag team partners being Pink Danger, the Pebble, Angel Ford, and Jaden are competing for the Divas Championship.
That is the marquee of this match. That is going to be the thing that makes it so unpredictable. The Pebble, who has, her return ever since, it was very high anticipated. We never thought we'd see the day, she'd walk back through these doors, but she has looked like anything but the three-time champion we once knew. She's been sluggish. She has been, might I just seem unmotivated even. I don't know what's going on in the mind of the Pebble, but she just doesn't. She looks like it's hard to say out of my mouth. She looks like a shell of herself.
I mean, this is what I have to say. I mean, the Pebble, I'm not sure if I agree with her being a shell of herself, but she may think of herself that way. The Pebble is an elite athlete, and she certainly has the mentality of one. She, by all accounts, was the woman who built the AWF women's division. And for a lot of people, it seems like she's not really evoking that in her performances as of late. But Angel Ford, you see here, is an interesting competitor. When you put her across the Pebble, has a similar impact when it comes to women's wrestling internationally, has wrestled in Stardom, TNA as a knockout. She has been, all around some of the great professional wrestling companies, and she's made it here in the AWF. If you ask Jaden, that's something that's very fortunate.
Well, here, Angel Ford has a chance to make history even more. The Divas Championship is a title that Jaden has yet to claim. Angel Ford could be a stinging bee and claim become, I believe, Kay would maybe become the first Grand Slam champion for the women's division, women's tag, women's world title, and win as well that would be big if she gets this Divas Championship with Jaden. If she has anything to say about it, wouldn't let that happen.
It certainly would. And when you think about how Angel Ford debuted here in the AWF, winning the women's championship from Mystery in her debut, that got under the skin of Jaden like I've seen nothing affect this young woman before. She's essentially, the one always getting under people's skin. But Angel Ford, it really goes back. Their history, we don't have enough time in this program to spread it out for you. But these young ladies were roommates. They were wrestling partners, and they used to train together, and they became great rivals on the independent wrestling scene. It's just that Angel Ford got that break that Jaden was looking for, and ever since there's been, dare I say, a bit of envy.
Here comes the champion, Pink Danger, who, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, you better believe it though, does own a pinfall victory over the Gladiator Blitz in AWF history. It was the Jack, it wasn't Blitz. It still counts on her resume, and it was tagging with the woman she's gonna fight in the ring, the Pebble. Everyone as well, they probably expected Pink Danger and the Pebble as a team to have claimed the tag titles by now. But that has eluded them, and it at this point seems it's going to continue to, if they stand on opposite ends of the ring. That
Well,
Divas
Pink Danger.
Championship.
Pink Danger is an Athena. I mean, really, all of these women are competing for the Divas Championship. All these women are incredibly tough, and I expect this match to be physical.
This is going to go, potentially all over the damn arena in this one, ladies and gentlemen.
And, it's a unique situation here. All four of these women have been champions in their past. I mean, obviously, Jaden and Angel Ford recently losing their tag team championships. But nevertheless, here we go. The Pebble with a submission already.
Oh, man, wrestle down. Not expecting for the Divas Championship. Danger has held the belt since December 13th. The longest reigning Divas champion in the AWF. Big kick. Down. One. Happening.
Funny enough, it was a championship that the Pebble failed to capture. I believe it was the previous week, as Jaden with a beautiful standing cutter there. It was a championship that the Pebble failed to capture the previous week. And I was one of those people, Agent A, who believed that, the Pebble had it in the bag.
And
but
here comes.
I think I've proven that the landscape of the women's division here in the AWF has changed. And
the Pebble getting hoisted up in a power bomb. And just like that, it's been moments like that that's gotten under the Pebble's skin. Simply one. If you watched Cars 3, if you're a fan of that, it's like watching this. Oh man, it's like watching your favorite player, and now here comes along someone faster, someone stronger and younger, and quite frankly, begs the question, better maybe. There's Pink Danger throwing a trash can into the ring. Back return. The Pebble fighting off Angel Ford. Jaden has a trash can in hand. And she's gonna introduce Pink Danger's face to it. Ford and the Pebble still standing 10 toes. But the Pebble gets Ford's poison miss. Trash can to the head. Follows up. Danger. She's hanging on for dear life. Ford gets thrown out of the ring. Hooks the leg down. And Ford ringside. The Pebble is down. Clothesline missed. Big slap to the face.
That poison mist she learned over there in Japan from Kana, now known as Asuka. That just goes to show the sort of things that Angel Ford has in her tool bag.
The Pebble.
And that's what the Pebble has in hers.
That's just clean old Camden, as clean as it gets when the woman is from Camden. There's a big chop. Kick to the leg. Jaden and the Pebble lock horns. Out of the ring, Pebble is tossed. And Pink Danger also tossed. Jaden kips up in the ring alone. It's Ford and Jaden. Big boot. Missed. Ford out of the way. Lock up. Kick to the low section. Jaden. Right hand and Ford with the agility of a cat. But no. Rat. Tack. On the back of Ford. The Pebble too nearsighted. She's going to toss. Wait. One. I thought that was gonna be, focusing now. Her sights are on Jaden. The Pebble alone. Picked up.
Watching those two lock horns, being Jaden and Angel Ford, you can see the vitriol. You can see the hatred between those two women. And the Pebble now might feel it.
Whoa! Not even at zero. Not even at. The ref's hand didn't go down. Here's Danger into the corner. Danger doesn't see the Pebble in hot pursuit, and right behind her, the clothesline. Jaden ducks under. The ladies, all four ladies, in the ring again. Pebble back first onto a ladder. Big boot, big kick. Ford for the win. 1, 2. Jaden's done it. Jaden is the new Divas champion.
That's her first singles title,
It It definitely is! And look who she pinned to get it! That is in history! That is in history! It wasn't one of the old timers like some can put it! It was new blood! It was Angel Ford! And Jaden couldn't wait! She grew up waiting for this! The Divas Championship in her hands!
Just more fuel on the fire. That is the rivalry between Jaden and Angel Ford, but this time Jaden has got a leg up on her rival. Jaden, Divas Champion, congratulations.
What a match. We have more Monday AWF up next.
Sweet. Once again, congratulations to the new AWF Divas Champion, Jaden. And speaking of championships, we have yet another championship match, folks. It is Mo Game, the man who has been defending the cornerstone of this company night in, night out. He beat Zack Sabre Jr. at Sunday Smoke Fest in what people are saying are very critically acclaimed. Just his entire reign is full of critically acclaimed matches, and the Zack Sabre Jr. one was no different. And now, in Tyler Christi's first championship match, he faces Mo Game.
Well, one-on-one, Christi, this is very a different setting than a battle royal. This is his Monday AWF debut, and he walks in with a confidence. Pepe of Ruination alongside with him. Pepe, I compared Tyler Christi to the former Trailblazers that once graced AWF halls. He certainly has, I think he would have fit right in had they stayed around. And, well, Mr. Christi, along with Pepe, maybe they could be in the second coming of the Trailblazers. But, this is a chance for Christi to spread his wings to... And I would call it, anyone that beats Mo Game right now potentially is an upset case. It's expecting dominance at this point.
Mo Game has been at the top of his game, no pun intended. A lot of people were wondering how he was going to match up against Zack Sabre Jr., and it looks like he had no trouble whatsoever. Mo Game, I can see, has been training, has been adapting to the talent that's been standing across from him night after night, and I'm afraid this might be any different. Now, Tyler Christi, we didn't see a lot of him in the Battle Royale, so we don't really know what he can do full front. Of course, he performed at the house show, but like we said at Sunday Smoke Fest, he didn't really get a lot of chance to show that either. But Mo Game is not Kevin O'Neal. Mo Game is a man who will try to break you down. Mo Game is a man who will try to bruise you. And if Tyler Christi knows a thing or two about Mo Game's game, it should be a fun one.
Well, in Christi's favor, Mo Game does match up with him better than a 7-foot bruiser who, weighs about 350 pounds. Mo Game shave off about 100 of those, and you get still a technical striking masterclass. If Zack Sabre Jr. could not beat him, that is a omen for a lot of others stepping up to try and face him. Mo Game is riding away right now. You can try and say whatever you want about the man. You can discredit him if you want, but you'd be a fool to. And the belt will be raised momentarily. The Renegade Championship, the cornerstone of this company, defended every week. And Mo Game is bringing back, when I say bringing back, he's bringing that Warhead Wednesday spirit to the red brand on Monday AWF, making sure people know what a champion looks like. Christi.
Tyler Christi. You can see his physique, Agent A. He's, very lean, very spry. Reminds me of Rick Rude back in the day. He's got that V-taper. That's perfect for conditioning, perfect for long matches. So Tyler Christi already communicating to Mo Game that he is ready for the long haul.
Mo Game, Mo Game not too shabby in his own right. We know he can go the distance if need be. In fact, he loves it when that happens. He thrives when his blood is spilled. The fact that on a couple of occasions he believes that when his blood has not been spilled, the night was disappointing. It speaks volumes to the type of psychopath the guy is. There, the Renegade Championship held up by Special Agent Newton, who has spoken to me recently, and said he has been training to get in the ring. He is not liked and the tolerated disrespect he has for a while, and receipts are coming, he says. But that's
well, it took him long enough.
Bell sounds, and here we go.
A tight lock up. You see Mo Game already
Pow!
going to the leg. Here we go. Boom.
Right
a nice shot
head.
to the side of the head.
Into the corner. Mo Game. Even though Ruination is ringside and they could stick their nose into this, I believe that's not going to affect his confidence at all. That nice snap suplex and the stomp to Christi.
It's interesting. Mo Game, one of his first matches here in the AWF was against the current king of the continents. Deuce is a beautiful just dominator there by Mo Game. Looks like he's going for it again, and he's going to get it. One of his first matches was against the Anomaly, and what a phenomenal match that was. You can see Mo Game go on a similar run here with the Renegade Championship as Deuce is with that IC Championship. I think a meeting between those two might be due sooner rather than later, but that's just me theorizing. That's not what I get paid for, but
Yeah, Christi on the DDT. Not happening. No game. And I would agree. Deuce on a different stratosphere tonight. He does defend his TIF Intercontinental title. Beautiful kick from Christi. And Game was running with a clothesline. Christi popped him with a few kicks, and now with a right hand. These two trading shots in the middle of the ring. Christi will swing Game. No, momentum changes. Game, backbreaker, neckbreaker. Pop to the face. Deuce still has to fight for the right to call himself the King of the Continents, just as Mo Game has to fight for the right to call himself Renegade Champion. Nothing is promised as of right now. And oh my God, what a mean left hook. Mo Game, educated hands, another backbreaker, probably targeting, right there, Dragon Sleeper. Christi gets him two shots to the head. Pow! Beautiful drop kick, but Game back to his feet. Out of the way. Right hand. Look at K. Is it a bit too far to say in a clothesline? Game might be the best striker in the AWF today.
Well, I mean, he certainly has some heavy hands and educated feet. You might have to ask some of the guys in the locker room how they feel about that. But nevertheless, if you were to say Mo Game is the best striker, I certainly would not blink an eye. My heart would not skip a beat, because Mo Game right now is putting the pause on Tyler Christi. I had an interview with Mo Game when he first debuted here in the AWF, and I was asking him what his mission statement was, and he said simply to bring back what the AWF has lost. And I think you might be referring to this sportsman attitude. For better or for worse, a lot of guys. Well, there you go. A lot of guys take things personally here in the Action Wrestling Federation, which is where a lot of this quite frankly, drama comes from. A lot of egos. Mo Game, he has his own ego, but he expresses it in between the ropes. And now
Mo Game has Christi. Thank you for coming, a J Driller.
This might not be a long one, and that's exactly what Mo Game is saying. The time is ticking for Tyler Christi, but it's not over just yet. More minutes on the clock for the newcomer in Christi.
And Game sends him off the ropes. Dodged whatever he had next. Christi evades trouble. Right hand. Game. Sleeper hold.
What I will say about Christi, he certainly is agile. He's dynamic. He's a very, very interesting competitor. I mean, I liken him to Christopher Daniels in that hardcore battle royal. And I wasn't kidding.
Exchanging holds from these two. Mo Game rolling right out. Christi, is holding his own. He has the champ leading. K, top turnbuckle. We could be watching history. Whoa!
I don't even know what to call that one.
Phoenix splash of hell. Down. No! Clothesline. And now it's Christi on the roll. Sweet.
Beautiful by Christi. The young man is getting fired up right now.
He definitely has some fans in the crowd. And there, another armbar Mo Game. Realizes how far the ropes are. Stops trying to crawl and he just escapes. For a German into an arm drag. Never mind. Christi, big drop kick. Now this is a hard-hitting match from both gentlemen. Very hard-hitting. And Christi, that is not...
And Christi showing a bit of his charisma here in Salt Lake City.
Charisma is a good way to put it, and Game has none of it. Pops a knee. And Game is livid. Game is livid. He has a...
Oh, that might have just taken them off. Like I said, the Renegade champion is a sportsman. He's not one for the fun and games. And Tyler Christi is down to play. And then, there we go. And then Gary by Mo Game turned into title once again. A real back and forth for the Renegade Heavyweight Championship here.
Mo Game with these knees, probably trying to get Christi open like he is across the head. And Game, Christi, went for the kick. Right hand, that's a left, that's a right, into the ring. Christi,
So what does the champ have in mind?
get out the
Up
way.
to the top row.
Double axe handle. We'll split up the count going on. And Game has a fresh canvas. He has an announce table right in front of him. First match of the damn night. Well, second match of the damn night. He is trying to pulverize Christi without our announce table. And I can't say that I blame him. Wait. But that could be equally worse. That's just as bad.
This is the malicious maneuver here. This is the malicious maneuver. Oh, my goodness.
On the outside.
Game is looking to end the career of Christi, the champion. Well, like my broadcast partner said, he is livid. He is ticked off
and
because of the showing that Christi...
I don't believe this is necessary. I don't believe this is necessary. Mo Game
does. The champ does. This might be to prove a point. He is the workhorse champ, but he does not like to be made a fool of. And now he says, the time is now. Tyler Christi's time is over. He's going to step between those ropes. He might pull Christi up.
Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Cattle mutilation.
Christi.
A brutal, brutal hold. He might tear out a shoulder socket or two.
This has won many greats, many championships. But Christi showing fight like no other. Still standing up. This resiliency can win him the title, but no. Game. Another cattle mutilation after the misfire. That might have sealed the deal. Christi wailing like a fish out of water. Can he make it? Can Game
He's fighting with his life. He can't go anywhere. It's like he can reach the ropes. Mo Game has got Tyler Christi cinched. It's practically a master lock that young man is. And Mo Game, like a madman, is trying to break the arms of Tyler Christi.
But Christi, he stopped the wailing. Maybe Game. Oh no. Oh, here now. Hey now, say now.
Oh, that's not a J driller.
Oh, he reversed it. He reversed the J driller. Hooks the leg. What a Hurricane Rana. One. Oh.
Christi now beside himself. He's wondering what he's got to do.
DDT. This is an electric match.
Mo Game for the championship. It certainly is. This is just proving why we have the best division, why the Renegade Championship is so sought out after. It makes men.
And here, oh wait, Game. Shots. No. Code breaker in the goddamn corner. Hook of the leg is Christi
a true
done.
innovator of offense. And he might have just shot Christi's lungs out. The winner of this match is Mo Game. After a star-making performance, in my opinion, by Tyler Christi, you can roll back the tape, folks. Mo Game was determined to end Christi. Whether it was his match or his career is up to debate. But Mo Game was wrestling Tyler Christi with a malice I have never seen the champ employ. And that was the end result, folks. 1, 2, 3.
That was a lesson to everybody that wants to play a game with Mo. And not the games he wants to play. You play here, you play it respectfully, you get got. Tyler Christi, though, you can't say that, Mo Game, him damn self, probably believed his championship reign was over a few times this night. But, still able to claim this victory on Monday AWF in Salt Lake City. Well, you get your bright spot. You're in Salt Lake City, but you're still a champion. And welcome back to Monday AWF, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Grace is a man on fire after Sunday Smoke Fest. And no, he didn't dabble in the flower. He just went into business for himself, and he says he doesn't need Kevin Ace. Kevin Ace is a bitter memory, and right now it is Grace's hour in Salt Lake City. He goes up against the Don of the AWF, Vincenzo, #1 contendership for the Actions Hardcore Championship.
I really just find it funny, Agent. You know what I find funny?
Please tell me what you find funny.
Humor me for a second, but I come from a place where you get rewarded for being a couple of things. That's being honorable, that's being hardworking, which both these men are. But where they lack, Agent A, is loyal. Last time I checked, and I'm not ragging on any administration here at the Action Wrestling Federation, but last time I checked, men who are loyal, men who are honorable, men who are intelligent were rewarded for their merit. These two betray their closest friends and they get a championship opportunity? What kind of bizarre world are we living in?
Well, listen, you can view it how you want to view it, Kay. Quite frankly,
view it how I want to view it. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well,
you
seem to try and ignore all the I've more than harsh criticism. It wasn't just player, coach, critiques. Tiptastic dished out to this man. Vincenzo, former AWF world champion, steps to the ring. He, quite frankly, does not give a damn about Tiptastic's Invitational at end of days. Vincenzo wants to tell Tiptastic to shove it up his, that he quite frankly wants to get his own title shot to end of days. He wants the Actions Hardcore Championship. And here's this #1 contender. To Vincenzo, Tiptastic is nothing but a rearview memory. How he feels about what he did is how he feels. Right. And Vinny is ready to face on the future. Just like the rest of Tipville, USA. Sunday Smoke Fest is come and gone. Vincenzo.
So they can just use Tiptastic's name to get to the top. And when they betray him, they don't want to come up and they don't want to even have the common decency to step in the ring and handle it like how grown men handle it in this business with a match. Vincenzo says, I could just move on because I'm the Don and I'm from 125th Street. Nobody cares where you're from, okay? Nobody would even know where you're from if it wasn't for Tiptastic. I can't believe these guys.
Vincenzo is 285 pounds
of pure idiocy,
of speed, athleticism, and strength that I don't think Ethan Grace is ready for, quite frankly. But I've been proven wrong time and time again on this program. Sling Blade!
Well, if Ethan Grace can
Hook
hit
the
a low
leg.
blow here, I think he'll be fine.
Up goes Vincenzo. Springboard. It misses. Vincenzo has not faced on AWF TV since his World Heavyweight title match with Kenneth Kilgore and AJ Aeros. Kilgore retained the title that night, and while Vincenzo has been training, getting ready for his next opportunity ever since. Not trying to get his head down about it here, and it would DDT and shoving Grace's body down unceremoniously, might I add. This falls count anywhere for the hardcore title, again, #1 contendership. That belt is held by the show. Between any of these men, I give it to Vincenzo, who has destroyed a ring or two with the show on occasion. And there are several shots to Ethan Grace, and powers him with a suplex.
Well, Grace is a crafty individual. As we can see, he obviously is a planner. I don't believe for a second that what he did to his partner was not premeditated.
Wait.
He's probably
Grace!
thinking about that the entire night.
His head!
And look at Vincenzo now.
Back on the apron. Kendo stick to the back. And now continues. Vincenzo swinging a miss. Never mind. Still cracks the third one over his body. And German suplex. Deadlifting.
He's like Conan the Barbarian, but 5 times less charming.
No, now he's a... once upon a time, you said a lot of nice things about him. Now
Once upon a time, I thought he was intelligent.
Vincenzo.
The thing is, people change, Agent A, apparently. Or maybe he's showing his true colors. Maybe Vincenzo isn't the man I thought he was.
Wait a second,
Let's start
Vinny,
considering that.
Hold him up. Brainbuster to Grace. Now that... Oh, and Vinny is not done. Vinny is not done. The Don is at the top of the ladder.
He has no business being up there.
Frog splash like Spider-Man. 1, 2, Grace. I thought it was one away from Vinny and the show meeting again. The show. Oh no, Vinny walking away. He's gonna go and grab a steel chair from under the ring.
You know, the old Don would have never took a risk like that because he was under good coaching. If Ethan Grace would have moved out of the way, I mean, we would have been scraping up Vincenzo off that concrete.
And Grace now, he gets the chair out of Vinny's possession. Vinny gets a sledgehammer to the shoulder. Coulda, shouldas, and wouldas, K. If Ethan Grace died, moved out of the way, his damn shoulder wouldn't be hurting because he got that connective sledge. And there, reminiscence of Triple H, just beating the absolute shit out of Grace with that sledgehammer unceremoniously. He's back up and, oh my, every shot Grace throws at Vinny, it's met with force like that. This match is not one-sided. Grace definitely has gotten his shots in, but it's been far and few in between as Vincenzo gets ready to run a German suplex. And
this would be a great, phenomenal time.
No! On
for
the chair!
Kevin to help
Curving the stairs
Ethan
too!
Grace. And Vincenzo now in the driver's seat.
How much more can a human body take? A brutal whooping so bad, Kay had to acknowledge, Kay couldn't even say anything. Kay just had to, because even he realizes the uncomfort. He realizes the threat Vinny possesses. And here continues.
Don't tell me what I do and don't realize. There's a lot of things I realize.
Oh, the suplex onto the damn ladder!
I realized that he's a barbarian. That's why I called him Conan. And inflicting violence on Ethan Grace in the absolute worst way.
And, he's going right up to the Grace, doing best what he can, dodging that superplex. Would have landed on the metal again. Grace went for something, but Ethan stumped right there.
Honestly, I have no clue how Ethan Grace is going to weasel his way out of this one. He has to try and outsmart Vincenzo, which would be fairly easy.
That arms drag, just like you said. Listen, like you said, there is no Kevin Ace now to save Ethan. There is, this is the path he chose. This is what he wanted, and he is getting quite literally the most gigantic titan in the company. And hooks the leg after the DDT. Vinny, back up. Vinny swings the momentum on Grace. There's several hands, the shot to the face. And tosses him aside. And oh my God!
Oh yeah, hell has come. Hell has come. Look at him. Look at Vincenzo.
Monday
He's about to check. He's about to
AWF.
check. Like the big cowardly lion
And
with
wait!
the Wizard of
Oh!
Oz. Look at that, you big,
Vincenzo
stupid, dumb lunk.
fighting back. Tiptastic is here on Monday AWF, and I am just simply shocked. When was the
And he
last
is
time we
whooping
saw him in this
Vincenzo
damn ring? And
all
here,
around the Midwest right now.
and now, Ethan Grace is out. Ethan Grace is out, but Vincenzo is getting the beat down. Backstabber.
And no one can do anything about it. I hope Vincenzo knows that he is getting beat by
Power
the man
bomb.
who made his life. Who
Grace.
gave him life.
Grace is taking his sweet time while all this unfolds.
At first it was DG, now it's Vincenzo. Tiptastic said, I put you in this world and I can take you right out. Look at
Look
that.
at him, look at him, look at him. Grace, Grace, hooks the leg after the choke slam. 1,
on a silver
2. Are you kidding me,
a platinum
Ethan?
platter. Oh my goodness. You know, I love to see karmic justice. I really do. One of the greatest phenomenons here in the world. And here on Monday AWF, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw a man get his karmic justice. Now, Ethan Grace, Lord knows how I feel about him, but you can't blame him for taking an opportunity. He now has a shot at the Hardcore Championship and a shot at the 7-footer. The show, Vincenzo. Tiptastic ain't gonna let you run, buddy. Oh my goodness.
AWF up next. That was a bombshell in Salt Lake. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday AWF. This one is a grudge match. This is some hell to pay. It is Cameron O'Neal versus Aeros. Cameron O'Neal on the behalf of Kira Silva, new AWF Men's World Tag Champion. What do I mean, ladies and gentlemen? How did we get here? Well, if you remember last week on Monday AWF, Aeros, he showed off his nice, beautiful Lamborghini Classic 2008. And, well, Kira Silva is responsible for igniting it into a flame in New York City. And, you know, Grand Theft Auto alike and other criminalities we can put on Akira Silva. The new women's tag champion has enlisted the help of Ruination. You know, she's cool with Pebble. Pebble is wrapped around Akira Silva's finger, one can say. And, you know, she asks for a favor. I don't know how Undisputed feels about this, but maybe Ruination feels on a mile high after their victory against AK-170.
Well, not too wasn't too familiar with Ruination being on the mercenary market, but it seems like Kira Silva has pull. And, you know, for AJ Aeros, hey, you just got to feel for the kid. You know, it seems like he's a hardworking young man who wants to make it far in the AWF and wrestling. You know, he just bought himself a car. I'd say it's an ill-advised purchase, but, you know, I'm not here to criticize the athletes on what they do with their paycheck. And Kira Silva obviously had
other ideas in mind.
Precisely. And, you know, AJ Aeros, you know he's going to be coming to this match with a full head of steam. But all sports cars aside, that is still a 7-foot, 330-plus pound individual with a motor like we've never seen here in the AWF standing across from him. So, frankly, AJ Aeros needs to try and weather the storm. Both Oaks, Cameron O'Neal, and his own emotions going into this one.
Aeros present. Woo! And is ready to take on Cameron O'Neal. You know, he had a one-on-one with me not long ago when he said, in a perfect world, I'd be getting my hands on Kira, but she's too afraid for that one. And you know, I that's fair enough. That's very fair. You know, I'm not one to encourage them. We've seen Mamba and Angela have their bouts on this television set, but you know, I'm not one to encourage it again. But hey, I understand it. If someone blew up my car, I might be talking like that too, guys. I would a Lamborghini. Jesus Christ! I don't know if I would be seeing Christ.
In a perfect world, you'd also be getting your hands on Kira Silva too.
You know what? You're absolutely right. In a perfect world, AJ Aeros would be facing anyone else in Ruination but the 7-footer that is towering over him. But this is not a perfect world. Kira Silva isn't around my arm, and AJ Aeros has a mountain to climb like Darby could never. And oh, wait a second, maybe he could. Maybe he could. Wait a second.
AJ Aeros might not have an arm after this.
It's really far away. Wait a second. Here it comes.
Oh my goodness, look at Aeros.
Walk the tightrope and O'Neal misses it.
What was that I said about him not having an arm?
And there. Oh, big right hand. This is just, I feel bad. This is like watching basketball but unfortunately it's like a one-on-one actually. Yeah, just a horrible mismatch. And those are just a few European uppercuts, guys. And AJ Aeros is clipped open over his brow.
You know, one has to wonder if Cameron O'Neal even took this because he cared about this entire situation between Silva and Aeros. It looks to me he just wanted to beat someone up.
And there, O'Neal, comedically tall, you know, he kind of, his build, his size, reminds me of Mr. Incredible. Just goddamn ridiculous. And, well, he is yanking. He will yank AJ Aeros. Wait, what is he doing? The big man. The big man.
That is
going
ridiculous.
For a moonsault. Ill-advised. The knees buckling under him. And Kira Silva having words.
Cameron O'Neal going for the big Vader. So.
Wait. Big. O'Neal.
And Newton now distracted. You know, Ruination, they are not foreign to taking a low road. And Newton can't see the chair behind that large body of Cameron O'Neal, and he just gained himself the upper hand in this one. Not like he ever lost it.
Oh, and now it...
Oh, look at Aeros now. Catching O'Neal off guard. Anaconda Vice.
AJ has him. And O'Neal can't get to the ropes, so he's gonna use his gigantic legs again. That moonsault probably, you know, there's a reason big men don't go up that high often. Going off the ropes, O'Neal. Nope. Wow. Just wow, K.
Ridiculous.
Still with the uppercuts. Aeros is getting knocked loopy.
He is not going to have a jaw. Forget an arm. He is not going to have the bottom of his face if Cameron O'Neal keeps hitting him with those big uppercuts. And now those cinder block left hands.
Here he comes. Runs right into the turnbuckle. AJ Aeros dodging an express train out of the way.
And this might be Aeros' opportunity. This might be his breath of life. Cameron O'Neal. Oh, what is this? Here we go. Aeros versus the whip. Whoa! You got
drop kick. Blink and you'll miss it, guys. Cameron O'Neal with one of the best displays of offense in his professional wrestling career.
Last time I saw a guy do that, it was in WCW in 1997.
Big clothesline.
And he was several sizes smaller, let me tell you, than O'Neal.
Oh, goodness. Slap to the face. O'Neal down. AJ Aeros took down the mountain, but no. Back up. Going for a chop to the face. O'Neal not letting him have it. Going for the right hand. AJ slapped up all around again. Now AJ Aeros. Boom! The knee! Hooks the leg on O'Neal.
For a chance to knock off The Juggernaut of Ruination.
That would have been a huge, huge shot.
And Aeros perhaps doing better than he thought he would in this matchup. Much to Kira Silva's dismay, who was looking on with those devilish eyes of hers. And Aeros, living up to his name, taken to the sky, didn't get the elbow drop once again.
DDT. Cameron O'Neal. All this over a Lamborghini, ladies and gentlemen. Vincenzo, not just a Lamborghini, but Kira Silva has been making AJ Aeros' life a living hell ever since she stepped foot in the AWF. And here, after that beautiful arm drag into the corner, clothesline, O'Neal runs another hell of a clothesline. Oh no, Aeros!
Oh!
Nice reversal.
And that's all the weight of O'Neal crashing down to the mat. AJ Aeros lining up. O'Neal takes the big man. O'Neal
stays in the ring.
The agility and the dexterity to pull yourself back up on the apron is for a guy who might be 200 pounds, even 210. But O'Neal, I mean,
everything.
He's about the size of Big Shaq Diesel in the 90s and the 2000s. But I never saw Shaq move like that.
Well, let me just say, Cameron O'Neal, with the athletic history he has always been evolving in his size and mass. He's always said, who says a big man can't do this? And now a big man is raining down rights with AJ Aeros in the corner of that ring. Aeros.
You know, Aeros has got a chance.
Aeros wins the exchange. He wins the exchange. This
with O'Neal
is the dagger.
Shining Wizard. And will Aeros shine on this night?
Does that answer your question? No. O'Neal back up. Went for the chop, and look at Aeros.
But Aeros is still on the prowl. Now O'Neal taking out the legs of the big man. Smart strategy by Aeros. But a rope break. O'Neal just he just got long arms.
Abdominal drop. And
Aeros off the ropes again. He's sticking and moving, eh? That's the strategy that's been working for him big senton.
Now again, I believe he's going to be looking for another high-risk maneuver. It's the elbow drop. Is he going to connect on it this time?
Third
time is not the charm for him. Runs nearly right into Aeros. Kira Silva interfering again with that turnbuckle pad that opened up that chair shot last time. O'Neal trying a chop. And what was all that? Aeros stops the Oh, nice. Turns the tide on him. Eyeing down, had a death stare to Kira Silva. Right hand. Here comes a German suplex.
I don't even know how Aeros is able to get O'Neal up and over his head for these suplexes. But look at this. And a straight jacket. That one had some huge leverage.
Wait.
And Silva
Kira
now.
Silva, right hand. The right hand. Oh, wait.
So it was only a matter of when, not if. And Silva getting herself ejected.
RKO!
Oh.
And a springboard RKO! Winky is well in the ring. Winky as well trying to help out Cameron O'Neal. To no avail, perhaps, because Aeros is still standing. You know, is O'Neal going to make it out of this one alive? Wait a minute. RKO! A twist of fate, a cutter from the top.
Oh my God, AJ Aeros with a win, with an upset win here on Monday AWF. And it might be the fault of the two women who employed Cameron O'Neal in the first place.
They tried to help. I mean, they, in my opinion, they saved O'Neal just a little longer for AJ Aeros to hit the knockout shot. Winky walking up the ramp as O'Neal gets pinned. It couldn't have been any more apropos. Ladies and gentlemen, Aeros night ends with a victory, and we have a championship match up next. He's bloody, he's bleeding across both sides of the face. But if you're not willing to do that for this company, if you're not willing to go the distance, well, I don't know, go to TNA. We have more Monday AWF up next. Aeros exercising his demons. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of Monday AWF, the IWGP TIF Intercontinental Championship on the line. Ilya Dragonuv versus the Anomaly, Deuce. Okay, this is a historic night. It has been in Monday AWF history. You know, with the upset we've seen, with the title change you saw earlier, I wonder if something is in the water tonight, or are we just going to see the Anomaly do what he does best? You know, he has had an iron lock on these titles. He has had he's had an iron lock in the AWF for just a minute. Ever since that Survivor Series, ever since he went over to the TIF, he has found himself reborn, so to say, and Ilya Dragonuv is a man that ever since Deuce started walking into the TIF doors, he has not liked him. He never had a reason to have a problem with him. Never had a reason to have confrontation. The A1 Classic gave way to that. Dragonuv gained a pinfall victory over the Anomaly, and now he is entitled and gets this shot. Hey, you were complaining earlier about how the unhonorable got title shots. Well, the most honorable got one tonight.
Well, it might be how the other federation does business, but nevertheless, Deuce, like you mentioned, has been on a tear, and I hate to admit it, you're right, he has had a lock on the AWF Intercontinental Championship and the TIF Intercontinental Championship. However, the man we are looking at is the man who picks those locks, the man who slays the dragons, because he is the Mad Dragon. Just ask Gunther, just ask the myriad of men who thought that they were untouchable until they looked into the piercing eyes of the Tsar.
And there, Ilya Dragonuv has had many battles on TIF against Pentagon for that U.S. title. He's come up short in something that he doesn't want to admit, but he looks on to the future. This could be something for him.
You see Dragonov's gear, very basic, stripped down. That's the kind of man that he is. And that's why he elicits the respect from the self-proclaimed king of the continents, Deuce.
He's walking to the ring with pure confidence. Deuce has held the TIF Intercontinental Championship since, well, the last day. Quite frankly, he won the belt the last day we quote-unquote knew the Anomaly, before the War Games fiasco.
Maybe the Anomaly we see right now they are his true colors. Maybe the Anomaly just couldn't coexist being one of the guys here at the AWF, one of the top guys. He didn't want to be a member. He wanted to be a leader. He wanted to be the star.
Well, that AWF Intercontinental title won at the final countdown against Icehouse Jones. Well, that title not on the line tonight. The IWGP. Many have fallen, and now it is Deuce who face Dragonuv again. Will be the next to fall. Umba Simba has not had the best luck in these championship matches. The spotlight, it just perhaps gets too much for him. And Deuce is one to pick on that. He is one to mock it even. You know, he's not been worried about Dragonuv in the lead up to this because of how much he has seen close up. Just how, you know, he likens the Dragonuv curse. You know, he can find all this momentum, he can find all this will, but, you know, can't finish the dance. Even in the A1 Classic, he's been having up and down luck. But hey, Dragonuv gets the belt shown off. Holds up that
hey,
IWGP gold.
this is where you have to contextualize the stats, as they say. The box score doesn't tell the whole story. Ilya Dragunov, he has come up short in these championship matches, but the man that he has faced for these titles, you talk about Gunther, who has had 2 now historic reigns with championships. Both the WWE United Kingdom Championship, which Dragunov beat him for, and the WWE Intercontinental Championship, now in the midst of a World Heavyweight title reign. Gunther breathes gold, and you look at Penta, who we mentioned his series with Ilya Dragunov, and those matches were fantastic. Those are 2 very bad, accomplished guys, and there's no shame in just coming up a little bit short.
Deuce in complete control so far. And the slide into the Hurricane Rana. Kick up.
And there are some stylistic differences, obviously, between the Anomaly and Dragunov. Both technically sound individuals, as you can see. Deuce here apply this hammerlock and Fujiwara armbar looks like combo. But Dragunov is the kind of guy who just throws his body at you. That's not hyperbole. One of his signature moves is exactly that. And I'm sure Deuce will be scouting that in this matchup. The Torpedo Moscow, as Dragunov calls it, coming from...
Exactly that move that got Dragunov the victory against Deuce in the A1. Now, beautiful.
Here we go. The jackknife covered by Deuce. Is he going to knock off the Mad Dragon? Here, no.
Hey, the rolling knee bar.
And that's not the kind of submission that Dragunov wants to be caught in early. The legs of Dragunov are very, very powerful. Some of the more powerful legs in professional wrestling. And that's where a lot of his offense comes from, that leaping ability. Dragunov is not going to want to do that. Deuce right now is
relentless,
attempting to just, I have to say, steal the victory here from Dragunov.
Deuce still has A1 classic matches to wrestle. Both of these gentlemen do. Deuce is still preserving his body for that.
I mean, that is a sound call there, Agent A. But I'm sure Deuce knows as good as any that Dragunov is a man who wants to enjoy the fight as much as he enjoys the win. But Deuce, quite frankly, doesn't give a damn what Dragunov enjoys.
And for the win, not happening.
And the King of the Continents with that pledge of silence he took. And then eventually that bombshell interview with Marvin Ant. Explosive interview, I should add.
Off the ropes, not happening.
He really was the center of controversy this fall. And now I think it'd be wrong to say that he's cooled down, but he really has let his actions speak for him. And I don't know how long Deuce plans to have this demeanor about him, but it certainly is working. So I don't think the champ is slowing down anytime soon. But Dragunov might have other plans. Falcon Arrow.
And a neck crank. Deuce is in complete control of Dragunov this matchup.
Again, this is the main event of Monday AWF in Salt Lake City. We are just round about a month away from the biggest show of the year, End of Days, in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm sure if Deuce has it his way, he's going to be there.
Gets picked back up. Shot low section. And Deuce evades whatever Dragunov tried for.
Once again, hey, you got to notice the hamstrings. Deuce is really targeting those legs of Dragunov. I expect to see welts and bruises anytime soon.
And Dragunov,
look at this.
Fighting and clinging on for dear life.
Short arm scissors by the IC champ.
Off the ropes.
And Dragunov trying to drop toe hold. If I have to be honest with you, Agent A, Deuce is doing a very good job of making Dragunov wrestle an awkward kind of style in the early goings of this matchup. This is not how Dragunov normally wrestles. He's normally, you know, as you say it, go, go, go. He's explosive. He's bouncing off the walls, but Deuce is grounding Dragonuv again with this Fujiwara armbar hammerlock combo. And then a knee. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The fire at the Mad Dragon breeze. The fans are coming alive here in Salt Lake.
Several right hands. Off the ropes. A big boot. Get the hell out of here. A leg drop.
Unbesiegbar is not just a nickname. It means invincible in German. It is a mindset. It's what Ilya Dragunov lived his life by. He will never stay down, never give up.
Dropping the knee for the win of the title.
And a classic, simple but effective knee drop. And Dragunov couldn't get the champ down, but he's not going to let that take the wind out of his sails. He is still on the champion. He was going for the springboard, and he gets it to go. And that is Matrix-like level scouting from Deuce. Dragunov missed. It looked like he was going for the torpedo mouth scout, and he reversed into the crossbody. And now, once again, the grounding of Ilya Dragunov. He's tiring him out. The wear on the body is going to start to show if Deuce has it his way.
And Dragunov continues to try and pick him apart in innovative ways, but a DDT will sit the Mad Dragon back to the ground. Gives Deuce just a small amount of breathing room. Trying to make the most of it, not happening. Whoa!
Tried another torpedo mouth. It looked like it was just a graze, but Deuce certainly sensed the danger. Now here we go. Backflip out of the corner. Run into the ropes. A duck of the clothesline from Deuce and a duck of the clothesline by Dragunov. Deuce catches Dragunov in the front face lock. Oh, a big gourd buster.
And Deuce pulls the arm back, but that's a rope break.
And then you saw the momentum picking up. And then right as Deuce saw that he could be getting hit with one of Dragunov's explosive moves, he goes back down to the ground and keeps Dragunov where he can't move. Another torpedo Moscow. Dragunov is trying like hell to knock Deuce out with his entire freaking body.
And for a neck breaker. You kick back up Dragunov.
Forget to mention, it looks like there's blood. Yes, there's a cut right on the side of Dragunov's. Looks like right eyebrow. I'm not sure. I need to get a better look, but that could prove catastrophic the longer this match goes on.
Look at that!
And, Dragunov wants to finish it here. Oh, and wow. How fast are the feet of Deuce. That kick was lightning speed. And Dragunov with an arm twist. The action's picking up. Deuce with a hammering fist. And a German suplex folds Dragunov in half.
Both gentlemen bleeding across the face. The crowd.
And what was it that you said about them not wanting to expend energy in the A1? I think that the spirit of professional wrestling, AJ, has taken the both of them. They've forgotten about those consequences. They've forgotten about the next night. These two warriors are living in the moment. Oh!
My goodness! My goodness! My goodness! My goodness!
He finally hit it. Dragunov, he's going to knock off the IC champ. The king of the continent is done. Oh, my.
That
a hair's breadth away.
That is what got Dragunov the win in the A1 Classic. And it nearly got him the win just now. Deuce, he has to hit his knockout shot. He has to find that Baltimore screwdriver. That's anything. Oh no, oh no.
That was Dragunov's closest shot all match. This has been Deuce's match until Dragunov used his leaping ability and rammed the shoulder, the neck, the back.
Again, this could be for the championship. A roll
Moscow.
for... No. The knee.
You know, Dragunov would hate to have it end this way. That's how one of his matches with Penta ended for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. That roll-up. Dragunov doesn't care about a roll-up. He doesn't care about a count-out or disqualification. If you are going to beat the Mad Dragon and keep him down, you are going to knock him out or tap him out.
And the exchange of Deuce and Dragunov,
You best
they're not
believe,
giving
Agent,
up any bit of ground.
Deuce is ready to do both. He has done both in the past. And look at this right here.
Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And oh my
He's calling
goodness.
it out.
A 6-1-9. Deuce.
The momentum.
Whoa!
The Tope Atomico. Reminiscent of the late, great Eddie Guerrero.
Now that, you know, Dragunov escapes the ring. Deuce clears our announce table.
They don't do this much in TIF now, do they? This is Deuce's AWF blood coming to the surface. Dragunov has unleashed the anomaly and now throwing these chairs in the ring like a madman.
Oh,
he just got Newton.
Oh my God.
I think it was inadvertent. Agent A, I don't think the anomaly meant to catch Newton in that fallout, but now that the referee is down, it is a lawless land in the middle of that ring, and Deuce is going to take advantage.
How could you not? How could you not? Deuce.
Rightly so. As much of a workhorse champion that Deuce has proven to be, he is still scum. He still betrayed us when we needed him the most. And now he's taking yet another low road as Ilya Dragunov is getting blitzed by steel chairs and hard hands. Baltimore screwdriver. And Deuce might have screwed the Mad Dragon out of his shot.
And Deuce says, oh. 1, 2.
And Dragunov kicking out to the dismay of the champion. Ilya says enough for all that talk.
It is not the time to have a word. It doesn't matter how mad you are.
Not at all. It's do or die time. It's win or lose time. It's put everything you have on the line time. And Dragunov is prepared to do all those things. H-bomb. One of the most sickening moves I have seen in pro wrestling. And Deuce might agree after this. No. Oh my God. Somehow, some way.
And a kip up. Tight lock up. High knee. Another one. The exchange of strikes. These two are destroying one another, and Dragunov has Deuce up for a power bomb. Look at the leg.
What an absolute classic we are watching.
2. We have a new champion.
Oh. Ilya Dragunov, answer a question. Do you believe in miracles?
IWGP Intercontinental Champion. TIF Gold is back where it belongs.
From a working class Russian kid moving to Germany, not knowing a lick of the language, he is here with one of the premier titles in the Island Federation. The Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the world is the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov.
And we thank you for watching Monday AWF, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone in the world, we're here with us. Get in tune with us on AWF Ignition this Wednesday. A new bi-weekly programming for all the faces you don't see quite often. Get familiar and see you there.
Back as a little lad, tears on my pillow had me working the block hard as a Brillo parry, searching the block high off a nickel bag. Searched my room, found my chrome mini mag. Now we own one and won't give my pistol back. Guess he didn't figure I went to 18. Mama said I'm 18, so I gotta shake scene. So I move on my daydreams like the 18. More money, more money, more murder, more murder, more. Not funny, no. Gotta have you, this world is so cold. Mr. T with THC all through my respiratory vest, mandatory, self-explanatory. The black MacGyver, wolf, pack messiah, the rapping sire, spitting rapid fire. That's a strap. No heat.